Hello and welcome back to Bioclass Bites. In this video, we are going to talk about levels of organization in living things. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share this video. I recommend that you also look into this video from Amoeba Sisters entitled Biological Levels in Biology, the World Tour. I will provide the link in the description below. So before we continue, let's try to identify the terms based on the definition of the following levels of organization. First, it is the smallest component of an element having the chemical properties of the element. The answer, atom. The simplest structural unit of an element or compound. The answer is molecule. A specialized part of a cell. The answer is organelle. The basic structural and functional unit of all organisms. The answer, cell. Part of an organism consisting of an aggregate of cells having a similar structure and function. The answer, tissue. A fully differentiated structural and functional unit in an animal that is specialized for some particular function. The answer, organ. A living thing that has the ability to act or function independently. Answer, organism. A group of organisms of the same species inhabiting a given area. Answer, population. A group of several species of organisms inhabiting the same region and interacting with each other. Answer, community. A system formed by the interaction of a community of organisms with their physical environment. Answer, ecosystem. The regions of the surface and atmosphere of the Earth where living things exist. Answer, biosphere. These are the different levels of organization in living things. As you can see, we started with the smallest, and as we go higher, the level becomes bigger and bigger. The biggest level of organization would be the biosphere, or that layer of Earth or region of the Earth where life is possible to exist. Here are more diagrams that shows us the different levels of organization. I will provide the sources in the description below. So here, as you can see, this level started off with atoms, followed by molecule, which eventually makes up the organelles in a cell. Now, several cells working together becomes your tissue, and several tissues that work together for a similar function becomes an organ. For example, here, the bones of the skeletal system, which eventually makes up a body system. Now, body systems comprise or eventually makes up your organism. And here, from atom to organism, some sources would categorize them as levels of organization at organism level. Now, if we have several organisms of the same species, and one of the definitions of species is that group of organisms that are capable of interbreeding and producing fertile offspring. So, several organisms of the same species make up a population. And for example, here we see here a herd of elephants. It means that they are a population of elephants. They are just one species, and there are several organisms in that population. Now, if we have several types of species, for example, here we have an elephant, and then we have a giraffe, and then I don't know what this organism is, but maybe that's another species. So if we have several species, and then we have a tree here. So if we have several species of organisms interacting with each other, that becomes a community or a biological community. And when that biological community interacts with its physical environment, such as the mountains, sunlight, soil, and water, we call that ecosystem. And all the ecosystems in the world make up that layer of life we call biosphere. Here's another diagram. We start off with atoms, then molecule, and these are levels of organization at chemical level. So those molecules could make up your organelle. These are the small structures found inside cells. Okay, and we call it the cellular level. So several cells could work together and function as one, just like bone cells forming a bone. So we call this tissue, and then organ levels of organization. Then those bones could make up the skeletal system. So that's the organ system level of organization. Organ systems could form an organism, so they work together into a functional organism. And then organisms, different on several organisms of the same species make up a population, and different population of species interacting with each other, different species, make up a community. And if that community of organisms interact with their physical environment, it forms an ecosystem, and all the ecosystems in the world constitute the biosphere. These slides are basically telling us the same thing. If you want, you can pause the video and read more about these different levels of biological organization. So this time it starts with the biggest level, largest level, the biosphere. So this is the entire life on our planet, okay? The entire biosphere consists all life on our planet. Ecosystems, these are made up of living things interacting with their physical environment. Community is made up of the different organisms, okay? Different species of organisms inhabiting an area. Population is made up of the same species, okay? And then organism, that's the individual, okay? And then you have organs, followed by tissues. Okay, you're getting the levels are getting smaller now. Then you have cells, organelles, which are part of the cells, and then molecules. This one classifies the levels based on higher level or lower level. So under higher level, so you have the biosphere, um, ecosystem, community, and population. While the lower levels of organization, you have your organism, organ level, tissue, cellular, and atomic and molecular levels. These are other videos I recommend for you to watch to have further understanding of our lesson. So this is levels of organization of life, links in the description below. And this is from Ricochet Science, Organization of Life, links in the description below. Now let's try this pop quiz. So identify the levels of organization shown in the examples here. A cell in a leaf doing photosynthesis. That's cell or cellular level. A redwood tree. That's a single tree. So that's an organism. Chlorophyll. That's a part of plant cells, a pigment that's responsible for photosynthesis. So chlorophyll is a molecule. Now chlorophyll are found inside the chloroplast. That makes the chloroplast an organelle. Leaf is an organ of a plant. The planet Earth is the biosphere. Roots, stem, veins in leaves that deliver water to leaf cells. Roots, stem, and veins. Tissues. The cells on top of a leaf that secrete wax to prevent water loss. Cells on top of a leaf. Tissue. So these are different cells, several cells performing the same function. Tissue. The community of organisms in Redwood National Park and the energy flowing into the park, the air, water, and soil. So community, energy, air, water, and soil. So that makes up an ecosystem. The redwood forest, including all the plants, animals, and other organisms. Community. So these are all living organisms. Another pop quiz. A nerve cell. It's a giveaway. Cell. A protein that lets nerve cells send impulses. Molecule. A wolf. A single organism. Organism. All the ecosystems on the planet makes up your Biosphere. All the wolves in Yellowstone National Park. So all the wolves, same species, population. The brain, nerves, and sensory organs. Organ system. The brain is an organ. The nerve cells on the outer layer of the brain. Tissue. The nucleus of a nerve cell is an organelle. The wolves, all the other animals and plants of the Yellowstone National Park community. That ends our video. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share this video. Till next time, goodbye.